Mule and Inchworm here. We're doing the Appalachian Trail 2020 breakdown.
Yes, our through hike starts in 71 days.
Yes.
So first we'll start with a disclaimer. What we have here in our setup and how we do it works for us. It may not work for you, but as we all know, 80% of the people who start the Appalachian Trail fail, and the number may even be higher than that because it's self-reporting. How do we know that everybody's reporting they've done it, actually completed the entire trail? What we're trying to do here is to show you what we use and what has made our hikes over the last 2 years. We've done almost 2,000 miles. We've hiked the Palmetto Trail 3 times, and we've hiked the Foothills Trail twice, and some other small hikes. But what we've learned from all those experiences is the lightweight importance of getting ultralight. When we first started out, a couple of our hikes, my weight was probably pushing well into the 30s, and Inchworm over here, she was pushing up close to 20 a couple times, and we had massive struggles. Our first set of gear, when we set out to hike the Palmetto Trail, we did our research.
Anything that we have in our pack now,
no,
that was what we started with.
Not
ever.
one item that we started with still exists in our pack. We did research and we thought, oh, this is ultralight, but we didn't want to spend the money at the time, so we went with cheaper gear. And as we started that first hike of the Palmetto Trail, we were doing a supported hike of it, so we were able to go 3 or 4 days on, and then we'd be off for 2 days because we lived fairly close to the lower part of the trail. Every time we would go home, we'd have to swap out gear. We also learned that we needed redundancies because there were several filters that we were using, water filtration systems, that failed. And when we didn't have a backup, it created problems. So what you're going to see with our gear, we're going to give you a full, complete show of everything that we use currently. And amazingly, we have now got our base weights, our pack weights. Mine is usually going to be about 15 to 16 pounds. We've got Inchworms. It can go anywhere from 9 to 11. Yeah. Depends on what she's got on her at the time. But now our base weights are things that you're going to carry from the start of the trail to the end of the trail. It never varies. All right, so food, water, none of that's included in our base weights. But when you see it all, you're going to be amazed that it's actually down to that weight. So
a lot of money put in
yes.
The gear.
We literally have probably 7 crates in our attic full of gear, things that we thought were going to work that ultimately end up failing on us. And what we're going to do now, I think we're going to go ahead and move into looking at all the gear. We've got a scale out. We can show you what certain items weigh. And then we're also going to try and explain our choice and why we do it and what our intentions are by doing that. So, you ready? All right, first we're going to start with Inchworm's gear. So over here we have the Speed Goat, what are they, Hoka 1 Speed Goat 4s. We've learned that, for me, I used to ultras before, and Inchworm did as well. For me, it caused me a foot issue that almost cost me a through hike. And every time I've tried to go back to it, I still have that same issue. So now we went to the Hoka 1s. We've probably got 1,000 miles. These are brand new pairs for the new hike.
These are ultra lightweight.
Very
They're
light.
actually very
super
cushioned.
Yeah, we typically don't have blister issues from these shoes, but hiking in general, we always seem to get blisters from other shoes.
We
but
had
these
to
have
go
been
up
better.
in sizes, so.
Yeah, and they are size and a half or size larger than we normally would wear. Her socks are just some basic liner sock, small thin inner layer, and then a thicker outer sock, and then that's your
just a pair of pants and a t-shirt.
That's what you're gonna hike in.
That's gonna be what I'm gonna be wearing.
Right, and then over here,
it's just a t-shirt, shorts. I think these are
leggings,
and then a hat when it's cooler.
Then her buffs. She got her AT buff. Then over here she has knee and ankle braces. These are just part of our hiking with her having MS. It's just something that we have to have. All right, and then down here some cold weather gear, heavy duty gloves. She should have a lighter weight glove somewhere in here. Gaiters.
Yeah, I might not have got it.
And then we've got, these are our zpacks down. We use these for sleeping. Really good on your feet. Keep you very warm. It's also a hoodie we wear as well when it gets super cold. We've had probably our coldest experience has been about 24 degrees, but our packs, or not our packs, our sleeping bags and all this gear here, our sleeping gear, we were fine. These shoes we found on Amazon. They're called, I can't remember what they're called. They're actually literally 4 ounces lighter than gaiters. I know everybody goes with gaiters, but these fit on your foot really well, so that's gonna be our water crossing and our camp shoes. zpacks trekking poles, and as everybody I'm sure has learned over the years, we've got our Leuco tape on here for bandaging, duct tape. We also have reflective tape on there because we do a lot of night hiking to get our miles in, and they're also, because we use trekking poles, part of our tent, helps us see them at night if we're getting out of the tent. Then over here we've got the zpacks rain gear with mitts, and then she's got her socks. I know that the light color ones, we sleep in those for extra warmth. Then she's got her fire starter kit. April's pretty much her Inchworm's pretty much our fire person on the trail. She uses a combination of Vaseline, cotton balls, and a lighter, and it's very lightweight. There's her personal kit, bug net, electronics, that 10,000 milliamp battery, Sawyer filter, let's see, mace. And then we also went to the zpacks ass pads. They literally, the typical ones that you see on the trail run about 3 to 3.5, 4 ounces. The zpacks one is 1 ounce, so we cut some weight there. We also try to label all of our bags. We've learned over the time that, because we share a tent, we take everything out in the tent, we end up mixing our bags up. Or when you're on the trail and you look for something in particular, you know, you don't know what's in there, so we end up digging through a bunch of bags.
Yep, and then there is my bag.
Yeah, this is the 57-liter Arc Zip. We've actually upgraded.
Oh, this is so much better.
Yeah, Inchworm on the last few hikes. We both had the regular Arc Blast, and you'd have to open the top and just rip everything out to get to anything at the bottom. So now with this, you can just unzip and get right access to everything. And then this is the 10-degree zpacks pack, or sleeping bag. Yeah, and we also have a kind of a unique setup, which I think we'll shoot a separate video on our sleeping, how we do it. There's a lot of things that we've learned that can create, keep you from having issues. But I think that's the bulk of your gear,
that's
right?
pretty much it.
All right, so now we'll flip over to my side. Now I tend to carry a little bit more stuff. I carry some of Inchworm stuff, and I can pretty much carry all our other gear than what you saw she had. So I also have the Arc Blast Zip. I've used that now on 2 hikes, love it. We kind of switched things up. We went to a tarp tent. So we get that dual wall setup and a little better ventilation system. We have yet to use it, so we still have our zpacks duplex that if we have any issues, we'll swap out. But we've set this up a couple times. The venting seems well. The vestibules are huge, almost double the size of the zpacks. And we get that double layered, so we got the netting inside, and then we got a good 3-inch spacing from the outer shell. And it's super lightweight. I think it comes in under 2 pounds. Same basic shoe setup, the same ass pad. There's our electronics, cold weather gear, puffy. Then over here we've got our basic first aid kit, medical kit, and repair kit. We keep all that to the bare minimums. There's stuff such as Motrin for pain, BC powders for pain, and if you've followed us along, you'll know that a few months ago I had a tooth issue, and then I've been going through an implant, and the doctor actually prescribed me some good stuff, and then he prescribed me some ibuprofen in the higher doses. And he said, if you don't use it, just take it hiking with you. So I think I'm gonna take his advice on that. Over here, I've got my liner sock and my outer sock. That bag there doesn't even register on the scale over here. That's gonna be our laundry bag. This is my day hiking clothes. I've learned over the years that I really have to go with compression shorts. They also are breathable and wicking, and it just prevents any chafing. My hiking shorts, hiking pants, hiking shirts. And then this is our unique cooking system. It's all handmade. So we just took a basic small cup, and then we created this extension so we're able to sit this into a fire, if we have a fire, and we get warm water to cook with. We have a very small.
Drop it into the oven.
Yep. And then we use Ziplocs. So what we'll typically do if we get a nice hot fire and we get warm water, we just put it right into either the Ziploc or whatever food we have, and we warm it right from there. And then we just eat right out of the bag. Let's see, we also use these. This goes on the inside of our food bag. This is our food bag. I know everybody's seen a bunch of these. These are the zpacks food bags. So this is also, and it's advertised as completely odor proof. So bears, any type of critters are not supposed to be able to smell through that. We have redundancies of these, and some of our foods we put in smaller Ziplocs and then put them in that. We still hang our stuff, but it creates, you know, no issues whatsoever with animals out there. Let's see, then we got a trash compactor bag. Most of our stuff goes into the dry bags, and then the zpacks is water resistant. We haven't had a big issue with it getting. We've been in some pretty big downpours. As long as you don't open them, we don't have that many problems. But for this hike, what we're gonna do, all our important stuff, our camping stuff, you know, for in camp and all, we're probably gonna put inside that and put that in the bag since we won't be accessing that throughout the day. I also have a fire starter over here, toiletries. So I also have a Sawyer filter. So we have the redundancy. Inchworm has one, and I have one. We also over there in that pack, in our medical kit and repair kit, we have iodized tablets, just in case anything goes wrong. We also have 2 water bladder bags, not just one. I see a lot of people running with one, but they're gonna be sorry if something happens to one of them, so we have 2. Then over here, I carry both of our sleeping bag liners. These are the 10-degree ones. So our sleeping bags are 20. You put that into it, we get down to 10. We also have 20-degree liners, which we'll swap out too, because we're doing a flip-flop. In the beginning, our weather's not gonna be terrible. So we're kind of going a little more warm weather stuff here. But we'll have to change that up when we get to the Smokies in October and November. So then I have over here my town clothes and my backup socks, because when those get really bad, I can opt over to these. There's all my puffies and downs for sleeping. It's my base layer, sleeping bag. Now, you'll notice one thing we don't have are pillows. We've went with the zpacks dry bag.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. What we can do, we can reverse it, put our clothes into it,
And
that is our pillow. So our clothes that go inside of it create our pillow.
And we would definitely be showing you the whole setup
Yes,
that we'll have.
we're going to show you that sleeping setup that we have and explain why we do it and how it works out. Then over here, we got some basics. I've got the pocket profile maps. And I'm only going to carry the first 300 miles or so with me because they're super lightweight. And then as we get a box shipped to us, we'll pick up the other 3. And our electronics, our little inReach. This is a waterproof, it's a zpacks wallet. So we can put our water and our credit card and our driver's license in there, bug net. Small knife, whistle with a compass, our headlamps, super lightweight. Glasses case, we both have prescriptions we have to carry, so our sunglasses prescription as well as our regular glasses. And this is my rain gear, and again, we've had everything labeled, so you know, if you need to whip something out really fast, you don't have to dig through all your bags. You see it all right there. I also have zpacks trekking poles as well, super lightweight.
And this may look like a lot.
Yes. So
but it's your weight is what?
I'm gonna come in between 15 and 16. We're gonna put all this together and weigh them, so right after we get through with the sleeping, showing you how our sleeping kit works. But that's all of our gear. You know, if you have any questions, you can reach out to us on Instagram or comment below, and we'll be happy to answer them for you.
We're about to do the sleeping.
Yeah, we're gonna do the sleeping next, but you'll see that this is just all you need out there. I see people creating videos where they've got, you know, summer clothes, winter clothes, they're carrying all that with them. You don't need all that.
You can just send it.
Yeah, send it when you need it. You don't need multiple changes of clothes while you're out there on the trail. You're not gonna need it. You're putting that extra weight and stress on your body that you don't need. Okay, we'll show our sleeping arrangement next. Okay, so we use a combination for our sleeping at night. We actually have a yoga pad, an 1/8" foam yoga pad with reflective heat shield on it. And then we got the uber light Thermarest airbed. Little over 8 ounces. This is a little over 4 or 5, I think it is, might be 4. So our combined weight is 12 ounces for our entire system. And then we're using our zpacks dry bag that converts into a pillow. One thing we love to do when we can is have things that serve two purposes. So Inchworm's going to put this together. What we've done, we would always have problems with everything sliding out, sliding around, going everywhere in the tent, especially if we didn't have a perfectly level spot. Even with a level spot, sometimes we still have that same problem. So what we've done is we've created a Velcro system, and we're able to Velcro the pillow, the airbed, all down to itself, and there's no sliding. When you get on that, the only way you're gonna come off it is if you roll off of it. It's not gonna jet out from under you. It's not gonna shoot to the other side or slip out and you're laying down and the airbed's on top of you. No, it holds together perfectly well. So, and the foam mattress serves, beyond just sleeping. During the day, if we decide we want to take a break and roll that out and then lay down on it and have a nice, dry, comfortable place to lay, we use that as well for that. So all that's dual purpose for us. So we thought we'd show you how that works. Okay, the last part about our gear is not really something that we carry with us. Is Prometheon. It's an insect repellent. It definitely keeps the ticks off of you. On our very first Palmetto Trail through hike, we just went with bug spray, which I carry a small can over there with me. And for some reason, I'm a mosquito and tick magnet. Yeah. Inchworm, not so much. But I was plucking ticks off of me on that first hike. We got back, we discovered this, and we treated all of our gear before we went out on our second through hike, which was unsupported. We were just dropped off. We did a Palmetto Trail in 32 days. I had no ticks, none whatsoever. I haven't found it to be that effective on mosquitoes, but it will definitely keep the ticks off of you. Now, you only treat your outer stuff, your shoes, your pack, your tent, your pants, things such as that. You don't want to treat your underwear. We actually treat our...
Anything that will touch your skin.
Anything that will touch your skin, yeah. We treat the outside of our outer sock, and pretty much all that stuff we treat. And we've had no issues with it. Now, this particular brand, I know there's some out there that can go 6 months, but this one is, I think, rated for 30 days or 60 days. So what we'll do is we'll treat it before we leave, and it's good for several washes. And then midways, when we get a care package, we'll have another one set up, and then we'll retreat our stuff every 60 days. I think that's the effective period of this particular brand.
Smaller ones too on there.
Yes, and you can get smaller ones. How much gear you got? Because we have, all this gear. We need this larger one, but they do have smaller ones available. You get that on Amazon very easily. Okay, well, that pretty much wraps up everything. I think we've covered it all. If not, again, we mainly on our hike, we're going to have a trail journal. You just go to trailjournals.com, type in Mule and Inchworm. Boom, you'll find us as hikers there. Our Instagram, same thing, Mule and Inchworm. We're going to try and post real time to the Instagram account while we're out there. And then we'll update the journal as often as we can. We will try and do some YouTube. We're not the most technologically great videographer there is, so we'll try and do some. This is our first big one we tried to put together. Hopefully it'll come out right. But if you have any questions, reach out, talk to us. We start our hike on May 4th. We're going Harper's Ferry to Katahdin, back down to Harper's Ferry to Springer Mountain. And as most of you know that follow us, Inchworm here has MS, so it's going to make our hike a little more challenging. So we'll just have to see how it all turns out, but wish us some good luck, and we'll try and shoot some more videos as we move along.